Welcome and thank you for listening to the Better Health Talk Radio program. I'm your host, Charles K. Green. On the Better Health Talk Radio program, we discuss ways to achieve better health and the related topics in health that concern us today. Trying to find the latest health information on products that really work is time-consuming. Achieving better health in today's ever-changing world requires in-depth knowledge. Listening to the Better Health Talk Radio program will provide you with current natural health information. I have the distinct honor of interviewing dedicated health experts, professionals who have devoted their lives to improving the quality of your lives. You can review any of our programs 24 hours, 7 days a week at www.betterhealthtalkradio.com. Our discussion today on the Better Health Talk Radio program will focus on far infrared technology and how it is used and applied for better health. Specifically related to the use of far infrared technologies is a dry far infrared sauna used in the original patented system TheraSauna. The fast-growing far infrared products market has delivered a range of wonderful health products, such as radiant health lamps, saunas, which will be our focus today, incubators in maternity wards, as well as wave-generated ceramics and fabrics. A lot of those fabrics are used for athletes today. Well, this is our topic for discussion today on the Better Health Talk Radio program. On today's program is Mr. Larry Jones. He is the Vice President of TheraSauna Health Saunas, the original far infrared sauna. Larry Jones, I'd like to welcome you to the Better Health Talk Radio program.
Charles, I'm happy to be here, and we're going to have a great time talking about far infrared.
You know, in the last few days, I've been with you on this, and you really taught me quite a bit about it. You're the expert on the topic, so we're going to let you tell our listening audience. And let's start with a discussion on the difference between the traditional sauna, which we all know and have heard about for many, many years, versus the far infrared technology that is now in today's quality saunas that you produce.
Okay, great, Charles. First of all, the traditional saunas with the heater and the rocks and sometimes the moisture is working with conventional type heating. It heats the airspace, the air hits your skin, and it slowly works its way down to give you some benefits. Far infrared technology is totally different. It works with far infrared light wave that penetrates your skin deeply, 1.5 inches, 2 inches deep, and it actually vibrates and breaks up the water molecules to get rid of the toxins and impurities. And it's all done with a natural way of sweating.
Well, let's delineate it out. Let's start the discussion on what far infrared is. Explain to our listening audience how the technology is developed. I understand NASA was one of the first to use it about 1965, and then from that, these various products have been developed. Explain to our listening audience what far infrared actually is.
Far infrared is a light wave. If you look on the light spectrum, you have gamma rays, X-rays, UV rays, and at the very end of the spectrum is near infrared, middle infrared, and far infrared. Very safe, very good for you. The sun produces all these different rays, but we're just producing the safe stuff of infrared, far infrared. When you get to that level, certain levels, especially at 9.4, because your body actually produces far infrared at 9.4. That's why they can see you with night vision glasses.
Okay.
You give off far infrared. When you get to that level, it actually penetrates your skin 1.5 to 2 inches deep and actually breaks up the water molecules to get rid of, most importantly, the toxins and the impurities.
Well, we know the sun delivers far infrared, but our bodies actually produce far infrared, correct?
That is correct, in a natural way. That's where sometimes palm healing comes from. Some people will produce more far infrared than others. They'll put their palm on a sore muscle, rub it around. That far infrared will penetrate deep in that soreness and take it away.
You know, when I first heard the word far, I really thought it was some technical term, but actually far means far away. So you've got, in far infrared, you have near, and then middle, and then far. Explain to us how they measure that and what's the technology used to understand the discipline of far infrared.
Well, if you look at the light spectrum again, near infrared starts at 0 to 1.5 microns.
Microns.
Yes,
well,
that's a measurement. That's a measurement of wavelength.
Measurement of wavelength.
Right.
A micron is a measurement of wavelength.
Okay. Yes. Then middle infrared starts from 1.5 to 5.6, and far infrared goes from 5.6 to 1,000. There's several studies, many studies and reports showing that your body has a benefit of that range between 4 and 14 microns. Some reports will say 5 and 15, but it's a very small range that your body has really any use for. The studies go on then that make this statement that 9.4 is the most beneficial.
The optimal level.
Right, because your body produces it at 9.4, it's going to receive it the best at 9.4, and that's when it's going to get the best level. And we have come up with a patented system to consistently get to that level.
I see. So when you talk about far infrared, we're talking about a radiant heat or a vibration. And then that vibration has the ability to break up water molecules in the system or creating energy in the system? Is that what we're talking about?
It's 9.4 has the same residency as water, so when that 9.4 affects the water molecules, it actually vibrates it and releases the toxins or impurities that are in that water cell.
But one of the things that I thought was compelling that you had mentioned to me was the fact that you are actually sweating at a much higher volume than using a traditional sauna. Tell us a little bit about that.
Well, again, the studies will say that at 115 degrees in my sauna, 115, 120 degrees, you will sweat 2 to 3 times more than the traditional sauna at 200 degrees. The reason for that, the traditional sauna, again, is working with conventional heating. The hot air hitting your skin and slowly working its way down. Where in a far infrared sauna, it's a penetrating light ray that goes deep in the muscles and joints, actually breaks up the water molecules to get rid of those impurities in liquids. So you will sweat 2 to 3 times more, but most importantly, you're going to get rid of 15 to 20 times more toxins and impurities.
All right, so with the traditional sauna, the penetration is maybe a quarter inch, half inch, whereas with the infrared, and this is the radiant heat issue. And so it's that deep penetrating heat that allows that to get to or works with getting to the core temperature elevation and the vibrations to break apart the water molecules at a higher rate.
Higher rate and throughout the muscles and joints, just not on the surface.
I see.
So instead of getting rid of 2 or 3% surface toxins, you're getting rid of 15 to 20%.
Oh, that's incredible.
Because you're having more mass to do it.
Mm-hmm.
So you're obviously going to get rid of more.
Okay, so the range of a traditional sauna is from 185 to, say, 220, 230.
Yes.
Whereas with far infrared, we're talking about a range from 110 or 15 to 130, 135?
Yes.
140 maybe?
Yes.
Okay.
Yes.
Explain to us a little bit about the patented system that you were able to develop of far infrared, that you're the one that's been able to harness this technology and then went on to patent this technology.
Okay, we did a research and tried to understand that if the reports are saying that 9.4 is the best, how can we stay at this 9.4 and give the best benefit, the safest benefit the whole time you're in the sauna? Mm-hmm. So what we came up with is this patented system that basically regulates the amount of electricity going to the solid ceramic thermometers so they're consistently getting at 9.4. If the emitter needs more electricity, it gives it. If it needs it less, it takes it away. So it's always focused on getting to 9.4. We have a worldwide patent on that. We're the only ones that can make that statement. We're the only ones that can get to that level consistently.
So you've applied computer technology to this?
Yes, it's done with computer chips, sensors, triacs, all thinking together to get 9.4.
I see. So that when you started developing this, that was the first thing you looked at. How do we stay consistent with this 9.4 or the relevant range now that we understand from, was it 1 to 15?
Well, the vital rays that your body has any use for is between 4 and 14 or 5 and 15 in that range, with 9.4 being the most beneficial. So we're targeting this 9.4 the whole time you're in the sauna.
Well, let's back up a little. Now, you've improved this technology over the 13 years that you've been developing it. And the first wave of this technology was to be able to dial into that 9.4. But then the argument became, well, better to scope it into a range. So then you broaden that to that range. Tell us a little bit about that.
Well, again, our initial patent, which we have for 13 years, focused on this 9.4. A year or so ago, we came up with a new patented system. Our new control system has our original patent.
Okay.
It also has a second patent that allows us to hit the full light spectrum of 1 to 15 in a 30-minute session. Now, you'll say, well, why do I want to hit 4 or 14 when you've been telling me 9.4 is the best? Well, there's studies out that say maybe a lower range is better for one thing and a higher range is better for another thing. We're going to cover that full range. Maybe 4 does something for you that 9.4 doesn't. Maybe 14 does something for you that 9.4 doesn't. We're going to cover the whole range. Whether you want it or not, we're going to cover it. And we're going to give you all the benefits to cover the full range. Again, no one else can make this statement. No one else can accomplish this. We're the only ones with the patented system to be able to do this.
Well, one thing I like about it too, you've kind of up the left to the customer's hands, so the customer can vary those settings with this technology, correct?
That is correct. That's another way of showing how we can really control the micron output. We've made it so you can actually personalize this sauna to your liking. You can control each set of emitters individually with our micron power select on our control system will allow you to do. Similar to a new Cadillac with his and hers air conditioning, or adjusting the firmness of the bed for his and her. You can adjust this sauna to your best personal liking if that's what you want.
Okay, so you've employed this technology of far infrared, and then you furthered that technology in getting the full scope or the benefit of those relevant ranges, we might call them. And what I've also learned is that you've really looked at the construction of the sauna, specifically about woods and specific woods. Give our listening audience an overview of what's kind of been out there, what you learned about that, and then why you picked the material that you have in the use of your sauna.
We did the studies, and we say we get to the best level, fine and dandy, and it's all about detoxing. The number one benefit of far infrared is to detox. And we did the research again, and we've seen that everybody in the past has basically used cedar or hemlock or other woods to build their sauna in. Mm-hmm. And it started back in the days of sweat lodges where they built their sauna out of cedar because the bugs wouldn't go near it, it wouldn't rot, it looked good, it smelled good, all a lot of good reasons. Mm-hmm, mm-hmm. But as of today, all the reports and studies show you that cedar wood gives off toxins. I'm in there to detox, not to add more toxins to it. So we just did our research and said, okay, there's aspen wood, and it's non-toxic, non-allergenic. It doesn't give off toxins. Let's use it. Now, anybody can use aspen. We don't have a patent on that. But we use it because we want to offer the best you possibly can to make it best for your health reasons.
Well, what seemed kind of odd to me, nobody else is using that.
And I don't understand why.
Well,
not after you look at the reports, the wood reports that anybody can get.
Well, let's talk about the wood reports. When you say it gives off toxins, give us a clarification on that. Why does it give off toxins?
Well, it's a natural thing for the wood to give off toxins in that particular wood. Okay. That's why they make cedar hope chest, cedar drawers. Women will put their dresses and sweaters in them because the moths and spiders won't go in there. And if you see a spider in that drawer, it's curled up and dead. That's because it's giving off natural insecticides, terpenes, to get rid of the insects.
Terpenes. So, and I think one of the things you mentioned that these terpenes are these releases of these, and it's a natural way that tree protects itself, correct?
That is right. It produces it naturally. No, the tree does.
What I found interesting is that, again, this is the beauty of nature. It adapts. There's an adaptogenic effect here. With that said, I noticed that the aspen grows at a particularly high level,
higher
where there's less bugs. So that attribute of nature wouldn't necessarily be needed.
That is correct.
That's one of the things that would make aspen a better quality wood to use in this application.
The reports will say, or wood industry will say, the whiter the wood, the less the toxins.
Okay.
You look at my aspen wood, it's basically white and clear. If you look at cedar, there's red streams going through the wood. There's different things. Basically, that's the different types of terpenes that are going through the wood to help prevent the bugs to eat them.
Another fact that you seem pretty proud of is you're the only American-made sauna. Most all saunas are made outside of the country.
Yes, we've been in business for 42 years, going on 43 years, manufacturing several different products, manufacturing this sauna for 13 years. And we are the only far infrared sauna made in the United States. Good quality, always good service, be able to always get parts, and we take pride in that.
I see. How many different models of saunas do you have?
We have 5 different models. They all run on 110 volts. The smallest one you can plug into a standard 15 amp outlet. The other 4 all take 110 volt dedicated 20 amp. They use less than 15, 20 cents an hour, the same as about a hair dryer.
Okay.
So they're very efficient. We use a solid ceramic emitter that is 96% efficient. Again, good quality product and equipment to run the whole sauna.
Well, for the techies out there, give us a description of when you say as much as a hair dryer. What are you talking about?
A hair dryer, a typical hair dryer, you'll see right on it, it'll say 1250, 1500 watts.
1250 to 1500 watts.
Yes,
Okay.
and you plug it in and you blow that hair dryer.
Okay.
My one two-person sauna draws 1141 watts.
All right. In that range.
In that range.
Yeah.
So it's only going to use 15, 20 cents worth of electrical in an hour.
All right. So a traditional sauna where you're lighting up these electrodes is going to use a heck of a lot more.
Yes, they're usually 220 volts. They pull a lot of power and use up a lot of energy.
All right. So some of the key benefits here of using a sauna, specifically a far infrared sauna, then would be what we talked about a little earlier, was a detoxification of elimination of toxins at a much better rate or level, as much as 15 to 20%. Now, there's other benefits that have been brought out. Obviously, if you're in a sauna and you're heating up your core temperature, your metabolism is going to speed up. So obviously, you're going to lose more water. But are we actually going to be losing some weight, maybe, with this?
Yeah, there's a weight program here. We've just doing a study right now, or a program right now, with weight loss and how the far infrared affects your body. And the number one thing is that getting rid of the toxins allows your metabolism, your immune system to work correctly so your body can work correctly to try to lose weight. Mm-hmm. If you have toxins built up in the fat cells and water cells, your body doesn't want to lose the weight. They're tied up with these toxins. So the studies have gone where the diet, the exercise, you actually will burn up to 300 to 600 calories in a 40-minute session in the sauna. Combine that with getting rid of the toxins, it will definitely help you to lose weight and keep the weight off because the toxins are no longer there to hold on to the...
I see. And you would explain to me about some of the additional benefits for females, and that something about their elasticity in the skin. Explain that for us.
Well, it's great for your complexion because, again, it's...
Again, eliminating...
impurities and cleaning it out.
Because you're raising the core temperature.
Yes.
And you're penetrating as much as an inch and a half into that tissue,
right,
whereas you can't get that with a conventional sauna.
That is correct. It's just surface that on the conventional sauna.
Okay.
And you have 7 layers of skin, and the layers of skin are held together by these little rods and poles, and when they get filled full of toxins, then the skin gets irregular.
Okay.
Get rid of the toxins, tightens the skin up, and improves the appearance.
I see. Well, again, raising the core temperature, creating the increase in the metabolism, I think the natural effect also would be improvement of immune system or immunogenicity.
Right. People are going to say they get fewer colds and sick less because it actually creates what they call a false fever. It makes your system react because you're in the sauna and you're not sick, but it gets your system to act and it keeps it healthier and stronger.
I see. I see. When we talk about your TheraSauna patent technology, I think one of the key factors is this Thera emitter that you've patented. Tell us about that.
Again, when we did this research and study, we said the level we want to get to is 9.4.
Okay.
Great. So how do you get to that 9.4? We came up with our patented system that would regulate the electricity to stay there all the time. But you still have to use the equipment that will be able to produce that 9.4. We did our research, and you have what they call solid ceramic emitters. They're rated, the manufacturer rating is between 2 and 10 microns. Obviously, that fits our mold. It's actually the same type of emitter that they use in the hospitals on newborns to keep them warmed up, and it increases their heart rate, increases their blood flow. So we came up with this solid ceramic emitter. Most of the other industry are using other types of equipment, and if you do the research on theirs, their equipment is made to produce only between 4 and 5 microns. You want to get to 9.4, how are you going to get there if you're only using something that is rated between 4 and 5 microns? They're not producing anything bad, they're just not getting to the best level. And that's what it's all about, us getting to the best level, getting rid of the toxins.
The level that science tells us is an appropriate level for maximum benefit.
That is correct. And what's really neat about our patented system is we've gone by past research, past reports to decide what is the best range. If for some reason that range has changed, they have new research, new studies, and says that 8.5 is the best, we still have the patented system to say, okay, change the computer to say to go to 8.5. Mm-hmm. We can do that, and nobody else can. So if for some reason down the road something changes, we can change with it and still have the very best.
I see. Well, let's hammer your competition here a little bit.
Okay?
Okay. Let's talk about their emitters. What are the types of emitters you're seeing out there in the marketplace and that led you and helped you develop this technology?
The first one was the traditional rod type of emitter. It'll have a coating of ceramic on it to stop the rod from rusting, but it's still a rod emitter. That rod emitter is used by several manufacturers, and it is rated definitely between 4 and 5 microns. The second big group that has come out is what they call solo carbon material. The solo carbon material, again, has a very low rating, but what it also has is it's made out of resins, epoxies, and fiberglass. And that is not what you want to transfer heat through, because it's going to give off toxins. You want to get rid of those toxins, not suck more up. And also, they give off very high levels of what they call EMF. And EMF will do something to your nervous system, to your immune system. There's many studies on that. So it gives off high levels of EMF. So they're using the wrong equipment, and they're not getting to the best level. And that's what we're all about.
Let's talk about EMFs here for a minute. Explain to the listening audience what EMFs are and why they're bad.
EMF is electronic magnetic field, and it comes off electrical appliances or electrical current.
Okay.
If you can protect that electrical current and you won't feel the EMF, the study started 30, 40 years ago and where the farmers were getting high levels of health challenges, and they figured out the reason is that the electrical power lines going over their houses were giving off this tremendous amount of EMF. They're sleeping in it day and night, around it day and night, causing all kinds of health issues. So that's where the study started. It actually affects the cows and the milk. We want to stay away from that EMF.
I guess so.
Yes. So there's a meter called a Gauss meter. You can measure this. Anybody can measure it.
Okay.
And you can go right into this solo carbon material anywhere near it, and it gives off high levels of EMF. You can go walk right into my sauna, and it does nothing. The reason for that possibly is because we do certain things to eliminate the EMF, but also to be what they call electrically approved by the government, by UL standards, CE standards, CSA standards. You have to meet EMF regulations.
Okay.
So we have to make those levels. The other sauna manufacturers do not meet those requirements of CSA, UL, and CE approval, and we do. So we have to meet those standards.
So you're meeting the standards that have been set for those types of emissions.
Yes, and that is in relationship with the electrical standards of the world.
When we look at the construction of the sauna, obviously you've thought through the process of trying to make it as toxin-free as possible. Okay, Larry, I bought a sauna now. I've got it home, and I'm going to put it together. Do I need to take my 16-page index here and get my screwdrivers and branches and drills and presses? How does this thing go together? Is it something that can be done fairly easily? Is it complex? Give our listening audience kind of an owner's manual guide here on what they have to do once they purchase their sauna.
Okay, we've made this sauna very retail-friendly. I put these saunas myself together at shows in less than a half hour. There's 16 screws total, 6 on each side, 2 on the threshold of the door. We provide a wrench. You can put it up, and there's just 4 walls, the top and the bottom. You put it up in less than 20, 30 minutes. I tell people an hour to give them some flex. But it's very retail friendly. Then it's just a 110 plug-in. Also, what's very unique about our sauna, we have very few problems with our sauna, but again, we've made it so it's retail friendly. Anything can be fixed or repaired with a Phillips screwdriver. And I sell it to over 2,000 clinics, this sauna, and anybody can fix that sauna if there's a need. And we have a very good warranty. Lifetime on the wood, lifetime on the emitters, and unconditional warranty on the controls and electronics.
Oh, that's good news. Well, let's go into the details of the 5 different types of saunas you make. Break down the 5 different saunas that you have. You have a 1-man sauna, 2-man sauna, 4-man sauna. Detail each different model for us.
Okay, the smallest unit, which is what we call the duo unit, you can get 2 people in there. And one of the selling points to that is it's a 110, 15 amp. It'll plug in anywhere. We then go to a larger 2-person, which just gives you more room, more space. You could actually probably get 3 people in it if you really wanted to, but a very roomy 2-person unit. And that's when you go up to a 110 dedicated 20 amp system.
And that's your most popular unit?
That is our most popular unit, yes. The third size we go up to is a 3 to 4 person sauna. And what's unique about that one is it's really the only one you can comfortably lay down in. You have to be careful where you put that unit. It doesn't go up and down stairs very well, the individual panels. So I have to be careful where that is sold. It's again, a popular one because people like to be able to lay down. The fourth one, which is probably the prettiest and most unique, the people buy it just because it looks so nice, is the corner unit. And it just has a really good style to it. And, of course, if you're wanting to put it in a corner, it fits perfect. It is sold just mainly because of how great it looks and the aesthetics of it. And then we have another larger unit that it has a face-to-face where you have 2 to 3 people on each side of it. We have a good line, good variety.
Well, it sounds like it, yeah. Well, Larry, let's go ahead and give our listening audience some conclusions on the TheraSauna technology. Again, give us an overview on infrared technology, the key points of that, and the construction of your sauna, and then go in and tell us some of the major benefits here that we've discussed today on the program.
Well, Charles, what we've tried to accomplish here is to get to the best level of far infrared of 9.4. We've come up with a way to use the best equipment, solid ceramic emitters. We've come up with a way of using the best material of wood, non-toxic, non-allergenic. We're the only ones made in the United States, and we're all there for health-related benefits by detoxing. So you use our sauna, you sweat a lot, you detox a lot, and it's going to help you have a lot of health benefits and feel better, look better, live longer.
Well, I think you've really coined in on saunas. Sauna's been used for hundreds of years, and you've just taken that technology to the infinite degree to where it really maximizes our benefit with the far infrared technology. And I want to thank you for that. And at this point, you've sold thousands of these machines, and people have benefited from them for over 13 years. And we owe you a big thank you for that. Let's kind of wrap up our discussion here today and go into some final comments about why would an individual desire a sauna or want to buy a sauna. And I mean, you made the statement to me that everybody should take a sauna. Why would you say that?
One of my sales presentations or at my dealer conferences and what have you, I always say that everybody that walks through your quote retail store or wherever you're selling this sauna has a reason to have that sauna. And it may be for sore muscles, for athletes, or acne for kids, high school kids, whatever, aches and pains, whatever it may be, just for the idea of detoxing. People really don't understand what toxins are, that you're around 167 industrial toxins really almost every day, and there's all kinds of reports of what those toxins do to you. The best thing is keep them out of your body on a regular basis. It will just create a better, healthier lifestyle.
A better, healthier lifestyle. Larry, thank you for being our guest today on the Better Health Talk radio program. It's been a pleasure sharing your health information on TheraSauna patented technology to our listening audience. Ladies and gentlemen, that's our program for today. On behalf of Larry Jones and myself, we hope that you found this program informative, useful. Until next time, enjoy better health.